Hi, Internet viewers. This is Frank Rauscher again. Today, what I'm going to try to cover is the tail and how to relieve it out. And also, I set up this rump area. It's actually the tail coverts sitting here. And I'll show you how to bring them out as well and reduce the area around on this. So what I did, just like we did with the feathers on the side here, I burned them in the same style. I used a burning pen like this, followed the lines, and when you get to the turns, especially when you're trying to get around on the feathers, what's smart is doing just half a circle and then stop and then do the other half so you can spin it, and it will work out a lot easier. You got to really practice with the burning unit to get proficient at it, but it works out really nice. And I'm going to show you later on in the burning setup how we texture all the feathers. We put the quill in, and then we put the veining and so on, all with a burning pen, and I'll show you how to do that. But I'm going to take you down to so you can look straight down and you can follow me on the relieving of the feathers, and also want to take you on another step too before we get rolling on that, and I'll show you how to do that. So bear with me a second and I'll be right with you. Okay, we're back again, and what I want to just get across to you is that we had put this area right in here on for the wing coverts that come in this grouping right in here. We haven't put them in yet, but what I want to do is relieve the tail feathers, and then I'll come back in and we'll mark this on another video, and I'll show you how to do that too. A lot of it's repetition, just like you did up here with these feathers. You relieve them in stages. So what we're going to do is do the top feather, and then everything goes down like a shingle on both sides, okay? But one thing I want to do before we get rolling is see this line that we put in here and here. I want to undercut that a little bit, and I'm going to use the bullet again, which is one of my favorites. It's a diamond grit shaped bullet, and I'm going to undercut it and leave the line there. So what I want to do is come in, and I don't want to get into the feathers that I already relieved. So I'm just going to lay this down so I get a small lip, maybe a 16th. And I'm coming around, and then I'll come this way and bring it towards that as well. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is, we've lost some of our burn, and I'll go back and redo that for you so you can see it. But what I'm going to do now is, after I undercut that, I have a channel on this side, and I have a channel edge on that side. So I want to blend that back in so we don't have to worry about that. That'll just blend right out. And then I'll do it again on this side. And I don't know if you can see that channel that well, but there's like two sides to that channel, and I want to get rid of that edge. So that pretty much does it. And we have a little bit of a lip. It's just a little lip. Okay, it's not like it's really pronounced. And what I'm going to do Where we have the pencil line, I'm going to come back and soften it this way so it rolls towards the center here. So it's just a light touch, and I soften that down to the pencil line. And I'm going to go all the way back here, soften that right on down, and get everything to have a nice roll down too. Now, to help things, I'm going to go back in. I always like to keep the center line because everything's based off of that. So I'm going to come in and put my burn marks back in again. And I'm going to come in with the burning pin to reinforce the burn I had in there before. So I will turn my burning unit on, give it a second or two. It only takes a very few seconds to heat up. I run mine at like a 6, but everybody has a different setting somewhat. It's not a perfect temperature range, but I use a cold unit right now, but like I said before, I use PJL Enterprise as a unit too. I like both of those. They're made well. This is a PJL pen, which I really like. And this is a, I think it's a it's a 12S. And it's really nice. It's got a nice small point, and it's rounded on the ends. So it's like a knife blade somewhat, and you could really get in and do some nice work with it. You really do. And it's ultra thin, so you can get beautiful line work too. Biggest issue that all of us have, and is to be steady. So I'm holding this in my hand, but for some of you, you may want to get it onto like a block of wood where it's resting so that you could come in so you have your hand down on it. And it's very helpful to have control, full control. Now that we have an area that was burnt before, it tracks fairly easy in there. So that is getting us started there. So that's all we need for the moment. Now, what I want to do is relieve all these, and I'll show you how to do that. And then I'm going to show you how to get rid of the excess around here. And later on, we're going to be modifying areas around here as well. So let me go back to the bullet again. And I'm going to start on this side. If you can see this well. I'm coming in. And I go right up to the burn line. This is the top feather. I'm not really doing anything there. I'm trying to relieve it from the outside. And what I want to do when you're doing this, I don't want you going straight at it. I want you to sort of tilt your bit a little bit, because this is a roll going this way and a roll going that way. So we do want to get that roll in there. So I'm going to come all the way up to here. And that's the first one. Then I'm going to come in. And what you're going to notice is the second feather, piggybacking off of the center one, we start to lose a little bit. So the only thing you may have to do so that you can, the burn actually is like a stop. You know, we plug it in there, and if you were doing it with a knife, you would run your knife blade down here, which acts like a cut line. And then when you run your knife you would go this way with it and it pops right out. Well, we're basically doing the same thing, except we're doing this with a burning pen. The burning pen is acting as a stop, and that's what we're trying to do. We're a little off of there, and I'm still off of there. That's what I mean by getting steady. I am not doing a great job, but I'll show you how to recoup. Okay, I got that in, and I know I'm going to lose the next one down, so I'll go back and reburn that one, just so we don't lose too much. And I don't mind doing this. So this is something that I'll go back and reburn the lines as I go, because I'm looking for a shingled effect that I need to get. And that is, it takes some practice sometime to get it. But here I go. I'm going to start with the next feather down. I'm relieving the second feather. Let me clean the top of this one, which is the first feather. Then I do the second one. And I come all the way around. Then I'm going to do the third. And I'm actually sloping this bit somewhat, so that this arc we have in here gets maintained. And you can see I'm losing a burn here and here, and I don't mind doing that. That's part of the act. I know a lot of beginners want to lift this up this way so you don't lose the burn. Lose the burn on the feathers below it, and it'll give you a better look. And it's a little out of work, but I think it gives you a better look and a much better finish. Let me do something before I do something really stupid, and that is to put a pencil line back in where I can't see where I'm going. So I'm going to come back in here, follow the pencil line, and get that in. Okay. Then I'm just going to enhance some of the ones I've done already, just so that everything's sharp. If I happen to want to come back in and clean some of these off a little bit afterwards, it's good to have sharp edges. And that's what I'm doing. Each time I'll just come in and clean that out. And then I think I'm losing this one down here. So I lay this in here, and there we go. Now, let me go back. I'm doing the third feather down. And then I'm going to do the fourth feather down. It's not like I'm lifting these a whole lot. I'm not. I'm literally doing just a small lift. Then I'm going to do it. I'm starting to lose it again, so there we go again. We're going to burn in. This one more time. Now, okay, so I'll lay that in there, track right on through to my original burn. Come around here. This one looks like I'm losing it a little bit, so I'll enhance that again with a burn. Like I said, I'll try to sharpen what I've done already. And then the last one here, right there. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna come in here. I'm doing the 5th feather down. Noticing I'm rolling. I'm keeping it as we go. I don't want to go straight out. I'm rolling the piece. I'm actually taking the material off so it looks like it's staging. So I staged them down, and what I'm going to do is go back in and reburn a little bit more. Just like to give you the proper look on this. So I'm going back in and I'm reburning my feathers in again. So I have a nice sharp edge, and then it helps when you go to relieve them with the bullet or the cylinder. And I think what I should have been doing is with the cylinder more, and that was the cylinder diamond. The other thing I want to also bring out, which I haven't before, I don't think, and that's a fault of myself here. If you don't have a dust collector, you tend to create dust when you start grinding. So because I'm talking to you and I don't want to interfere with the voice, I don't wear a mask, but the smart thing to do is to wear a mask when you're doing power carving, especially at the stage we're at where we're grinding fine. Even in the hogging, you're getting bigger chunks coming off, but it's really a smart thing to do. Just like when you're wearing, when you're using bits and stuff like that. I have glasses on, so I use that as my protector, but sometimes you would like to have maybe an eye protector to be on the safe side. Not that I've ever had anything fly off the machine, but you never know. But definitely dust collector is an ideal. A dust mask, or here, let me show you something here. I'm going to switch because I made recommendations about a diamond with a safe end. This will run along the burn and give me an edge And again, you have to be steady with it. And I come in here and I slide that down and I come around. Then I'm going to do the next one down. And then come around. Then I do the next one. And what it does is, you have to practice it, but I think I missed one here. The one in between. This will go right up to the burn and not cut in and reshape your feather. And that's the beauty part about this. It just doesn't have diamond on the end. It's called a diamond with a safe end. Now, what I'm going to show you so I can expedite this and get it done a little faster, I'm going to do the other side afterwards. And you could proceed on doing the exact same thing. You're stepping down this way, where we went this way. It's like a shingling effect. But you have, on the outside of the last feather here, that burn is excess. All this in here is excess. This is not part of the tail. So all that has to go. So what I would like you to do is, this is a tungsten carbide wheel. It'll last you forever. It just keeps on going. And this is an ideal tool to take a lot of material off real fast. And when you get up to the burn, you want to stop short, and then you can get real close to it, to the burn, and then you can go with the pear, which is this guy here, which is a ruby pear, which cuts a little slower and it's more controllable. Okay, so let me show you what I need you to do now. As you're looking straight down on this piece, all this stuff on the outside needs to be taken away. So I'm just going to come in, and you can see how fast this takes wood away. I'm going to bring that down. And I'm going to get close. And I want to go straight down. I don't want an angle in this. So when you're looking down, this is going to go right to that burn. Now, like I said, I'm stopping a hair's breadth short of the burn because this cuts real fast, and you could get in trouble if you try to do things real tight. I have a knack for doing it, but I would recommend you stopping short of it and then go into a ruby pear, which is a lot more controllable to get it up to that burn. A little more adept at doing this, and even I have my issues with it at times if I don't watch myself. So I'm taking all the material along here. Let's see if I can do it this way so you can see it better. And I'm going to come right on up. See what I did? Now, you look straight down on this. This is right up to the burn line. And then I come around. Oop. Be careful with this. Make sure you're in control when you hold it. Now, I'm going to come back. And I see I have a little bit of an angle up here, so I'm going to just trim that a little bit more. Now, when I come back, I'm going to reduce this on the outside. But first, you need to do your staging coming down, and I will do that. And then we'll proceed on after we get that done on the next video. So that's how you would relieve the feathers. They're starting with number 1, and then you go 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then after you're all done that, then you would relieve this side, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you stage them down, okay? And then after you're all done, you come in with that hogging bit that I showed you, which is the tungsten carbide bit, and clean all this excess out. And where you have these little dips in here, that's perfect for either the bullet to get in there or the dime or the ruby carver to clean it up on the edges, okay? So you can get pretty close to that last burn line, okay, all around. And so I'll see you on the next video, and I will have this side completed and this stage down first, and then the excess coming off. So see you on the next video. I hope you get something out of this video. And if you do, I wish you would give me a thumbs up. And if you need anything as far as the blanks, the eyes, the feet, and everything else, I have kits for it. Or if you just need a wooden blank to do the work, or a pattern or something like that, I can make that available to you. Just check my comment section. There's a way of getting a hold of me there, so I'd appreciate it if you would. And definitely, if you are really interested, I would wish you'd subscribe as well. So see you on the next video, and I hope you got something out of it this time, and see you then. Bye.